to start by explaining which competition we're competing in and what it's about.
FLL, or First Lego League, is a competition with 4 parts: technology, marketing, core values, and the project part. Each year the competition has a different theme. This year's theme is Into Orbit. The technology part is, as always, about solving problems on a course with the help of a robot. The marketing part is about advertising the team through things like social media. The core values part is about discovery and having fun, and the project part is about coming up with a solution to a problem that could occur in space.
We started in 2018 autumn trip with building, researching, and sharing our idea. We competed in Chalmers and won the champion prize. When we came back, we immediately started preparing for the competition in Oslo, Norway. We got sponsors and our parents started supporting us. We started sending out a lot of emails to companies to get sponsors or to get information. We also visited some of these companies where we showcased our robot, research, and marketing. We also improved a lot, like our robot's tools, our research, and marketing. Our presentations too. When we went to Oslo in Norway, we won the second marketing prize, and we thought that was the end of our journey. However, we got a mail about continuing in the international competition in the US. We immediately started to work hard to improve on everything that went bad in Oslo. Now we are ready to compete in one of the biggest competitions in the LEGO world. We are Team Spacebots, and we're going to compete in Arkansas in the US.
Now we'll show you our presentations just like we will in the USA. We'll start with a project presentation.
We visited the Universium, a local science center, and there we were on a lecture. We watched a movie called First Man. We also talked to psychologists, scientists, and engineers. In order to improve our project, we made a Google survey. We learned a lot by searching on the internet and talking to astronaut Christer Fuglesang.
After researching a lot, we discovered that there's actually several problems that can occur in space. The astronauts are away from home under a longer period of time, which may lead to mental illness, which actually is a big problem in space. And the astronauts also need to exercise every day, at least 2 hours, to keep their muscles. And the training can also feel very boring when you just look into a wall. So the problem we came up with is about homesickness and mental illness.
Our solution to this is to combine training with virtual reality through a training bike. And this will make training more enjoyable and at the same time decrease homesickness. Virtual reality has also shown to be helpful at many other situations. An example is mental illness. Virtual reality, to be able to counteract a feeling of isolation and homesickness.
We've made a Google survey to get to know what people thought about our idea. 79% of their answers would like to use virtual reality while exercising indoors. They could also write why they would like to use VR while exercising, and these are some of their answers. I would like to use VR because you can imagine to be somewhere else. I would like to use VR because it's an opportunity to explore environments which I couldn't travel to all days of the year. Then I could fly there. Virtual reality should increase my motivation to training.
We also want to have different environments. These environments can, for example, be your hometown, or maybe in a forest, or maybe you just want to bike along the road. We also want to incorporate both winds and sounds to make it more lifelike. To socialize the experience, we would like to incorporate avatars, as suggested by brain investigator Katarina Gosbeck on the famous TV show in Sweden. These avatars can, for example, be one of your family members, or maybe a famous athlete. This will hopefully motivate the astronauts to train more and make it funnier, meanwhile also counteract depression.
But how would this work? Our plan is to use sensors to measure the speed and turning of the bike. And together with Unity and Google Earth, we'll make a real-life version of the world. And we will incorporate wind and sound by having a headset and a fan in front of the bike. And together with game modes and different game modes and gamifications, we'll make it funner for the astronauts to keep on playing.
We contacted Visual Space and told them about our idea and would love to cooperate and make our idea a reality. Visual Space information us about how to financing. Christer Sjölander, space mechanic, is supporting our idea. RISE, SSC, Sigma, Chalmers, RUAG and SEFT, technology companies that are supporting our idea.
Our problem will also work on Earth for the disabled people and people who just don't like to work out.
To share our idea, we've been on Swedish television, radio and several newspapers. We've been invited to a few business meetings with, for example, the technology company Sigma. We've been at our local library to show our idea to the public. We've made a website called Spacebots.org and several social media accounts. As mentioned before, we've made a Google survey, not only to share our idea, but also to get to know what people think about our idea. Lastly, we're planning on having some future meetings with a space-related company called RUAG and a company called SEFT that is working with cars.
This is the sources that we have been using. For example, Research Institutes of Sweden, Chris Gerti, an expert about virtual reality in space, Niklas Pilman, a psychologist, and of course, many more.
Next, we're going to talk about our robot and programming.
So to start off, we go with strategy. Our strategy is to complete as many missions in one round for time saving or for a high point per second's radio. Our attachments are completing several missions at a time to save time.
This is our robot. We've named it the Spacebot. As you can see, it's quite small, which allows for more space for the attachments. And we use different motors for different usage. For example, we use the medium motor to drive our attachments, which offers more precision compared to the large motors. But we also use the large motors to drive our robot and the wheels, which, because they all have more power. And we use these two Lego pieces on top of the robot are called dog ears, and it's a really efficient way of transferring power onto our attachments. And our robot is also very easy to repair. If something has gone wrong or needs to have a look, we can just remove the front panel of the robot and easily have a look inside and maybe repair the damage. We can also quickly change the battery in a matter of seconds to maximize the robot's performance out on the mat.
We have a total of 4 attachments. All of them, most of them are built with some sort of guiding parts. We need the guiding parts to get the precision that we need for some of the missions around the mat. All of the attachments are built for their respective missions. So if we, for example, have a mission that's far away from the starting area, we need to build a smaller, more compact one so you can easily move through the field. And every attachment is easy to start because all of them are built by the same base, like a square base, and that matches the robot perfectly. So we can just place the attachment on top and we are ready to go.
When we programmed our robot, we used a block program software, but we created most of these blocks ourselves. And this is in order to gain precision and make the robot drive straighter. The blue block on the left here is what we call the gyroturn V3. And this uses the straight line equation to calculate an acceleration and deceleration when the robot turns. And this is to avoid drastic speed changes. We also made our own block to make the robot drive straighter. And this is the other blue block, as you can see here, the right one. And this also uses the same technology as we used in the other block, but this also adds the gyro sensor, and the gyro sensor detects if the robot starts to drift at some direction, and then the motors will compensate for it. And also, making these blocks allows for a more streamlined coding experience.
Finally, we will tell you how we've worked with the core values, which means how we work together as a team.
During this time, we've had a lot of fun. Sometimes we've just been too tired to work, and we just talked and laughed for hours. We've worked with our project on our breaks and always stayed over time. Our team loves having lunch and, of course, Swedish fika together. We always help and support each other, especially during the competitions when you may get a bit nervous.
Since we're from Sweden, English is not our native language. During this time, we've all learned to speak better English. We've also learned how to work better as a team. We've discovered a lot from this journey, but the most important thing is friendship between different ages. We've also learned a lot about space and virtual reality.
Everyone in the team is good at different things, and we really need each other to complete various tasks. We are always listening to each other's ideas and suggestions, and before taking a bigger decision, we ask everybody about their opinion. As all team members can't participate to every event, we try to split them evenly so that everyone can attend at least one event.
During this time, we have developed the ability to talk better in front of other people. We have also learned to take contact with companies and different experts. We have also learned to program and teach others to program. And we also became better at translating and writing reports.
We have Skyped with all teams and shared our ideas. As you can see in this picture, we talked to a team in Brazil. We have an Instagram where we chat with all the teams and share our experiences in the competition. We have helped all of the team with the technology, and we have helped each other with the English writing and translations.
To share our project around the world, we made 3 movies. The first one is called Our Team, and there we go over what we've accomplished so far and how we work as a team together. The second one is about the Spacebots, which is our robot. This goes more into depth how we thought when we designed it and how it's performing on the map. And the last one is our most recent one, and it's about our project. And it shows this VR headset and a training bike in action. And hopefully it will give everyone a good idea of how it will look if this was a real prototype.
Thank you all so much for listening.